Leading physician unveils optimal walking strategies to mitigate fall risk. Have you ever considered whether modifying your gait could serve as a proactive measure against falls? For individuals aged 65 and older, statistical data indicates a sobering reality, a 1 in 4 likelihood of experiencing a fall within the next year. However, the encouraging revelation is that this risk is not immutable, it can be substantially diminished. In this presentation, we will elucidate critical walking methodologies designed to preserve stability and autonomy, irrespective of age. By the conclusion of this session, you will possess not only an enhanced comprehension of fall prevention but also actionable strategies to integrate into your daily routine, fostering both safety and assurance in your mobility. Why is this information imperative? Because falls are not an inescapable consequence of aging. You hold the capacity to govern your physical movement and curtail fall susceptibility through deliberate refinements in your walking mechanics. We will meticulously examine elements ranging from postural alignment and arm kinetics to foot articulation and weight distribution, nuances that exert a profound influence on equilibrium and overall steadiness. Additionally, we will explore accessible, pragmatic exercises to initiate immediately, fortifying lower limb strength, refining gait mechanics, and reinstating self-assurance. This transcends mere fall prevention, it embodies the pursuit of an unencumbered, vibrant existence, reclaiming the unbridled pleasure of unimpeded movement. Whether navigating domestic spaces, tending to a garden, or embarking on routine strolls, you will be equipped with the requisite techniques to maintain poise and security. Furthermore, we will delineate environmental modifications to optimize safety, enabling you to traverse your surroundings with serenity. By engaging with this content, you are embarking on the inaugural stride toward a more robust, self-reliant future. Persist until the finale to discern how each step can be optimized for maximal efficacy. If you have yet to subscribe, I urge you to do so and activate the notification bell to remain abreast of forthcoming content. Your patronage is deeply valued. Should this presentation resonate with you, perpetuating its dissemination through likes and shares would be instrumental in amplifying its reach. To refine future offerings, kindly denote your appraisal by commenting 1 if the subject matter aligns with your interests, or 0 if adjustments are warranted. Now, let us commence. There are junctures in life wherein we unconsciously adopt habits that imperceptibly erode our stability. It is as though we are gradually disengaging from our corporeal selves, ambulating with a labored shuffle, as if wading through viscous terrain, or adopting truncated, faltering steps, as though apprehensive of fully engaging with the substrate beneath us. At times, we neglect the innate fluidity of motion, suppressing the natural oscillation of our arms, as though burdened by intangible encumbrances. While these tendencies may appear innocuous, their cumulative impact on stability and well-being is non-trivial. Over time, they insidiously amplify fall susceptibility, particularly as the resilience of our musculoskeletal system wanes with advancing age. Postural foundations, the bedrock of stability. Let us begin with the cornerstone of movement, posture. Envision yourself as a stately arboreal specimen, rooted yet supple, ascending skyward with quiet dignity. When you stand erect, shoulders unencumbered by tension and cranium elevated, you harness an inherent fortitude. Picture an ethereal filament gently elevating you from the vertex of your skull, fostering alignment without rigidity. This is not about adopting a militaristic bearing but rather cultivating equilibrium, a synthesis of strength and pliancy. Absent this foundation, the integrity of every subsequent movement is compromised. I am invariably reminded of my acquaintance, Rose, a former ballet artist whose every motion exuded deliberateness and grace. She once imparted to me, elegance is not merely aesthetic, it is the embodiment of being anchored. This axiom has remained indelible. Her implication was that optimal posture transcends appearance, it is a stabilizing force. Slouching, even minimally, displaces the center of gravity anteriorly, inducing a perpetual state of precariousness. Analogous to balancing a tower of tomes on an unsteady surface, the propensity for collapse escalates with each motion. Conversely, an upright stance furnishes a steadfast base, a scaffold for dynamic movement, fostering both corporeal and emotional equilibrium as we navigate life's vicissitudes. Arm kinematics, the unsung arbiter of balance. Next, we address an oft-neglected facet of ambulation, the role of arm movement. Imagine yourself as an orchestral conductor, torso expansive, arms undulating rhythmically, dictating the cadence of a symphony. This mirrors the ideal kinematic sequence during gait, arms and legs operating in contralateral synchrony to engender harmony. With each forward stride of the right lower limb, the left arm should advance correspondingly, and vice versa. This is not incidental, it constitutes a fundamental compensatory mechanism. As the body's mass shifts during stepping, the The contralateral arm swing counterbalances this momentum, functioning as an innate stabilizer. Neglecting this dynamic undermines steadiness. I recall Mr. Thompson, a gentleman who traversed with arms rigidly adducted, akin to a sentry on patrol. Upon inquiring why he eschewed natural arm motion, he rejoined, "I prefer not to appear hurried." This rationale, while ostensibly benign, belied the kinetic cost. His stability was inadvertently forfeited. Only upon reintroducing rhythmic arm oscillation did he discern a marked augmentation in fluidity and reduced trepidation in his stride. Pedal mechanics, the dichotomy of stance and swing. Finally, we scrutinize the biomechanics of foot and leg motion. Gait can be deconstructed into two discrete phases: the stance phase, foot planted terrestrially, and the swing phase, limb advancing forward. Perpetual terrestrial contact of one foot is imperative, furnishing a stabilizing pivot. This alternation mirrors a choreographed dance, a perpetual redistribution of mass underpinned by constancy. The stance phase is inaugurated by heel strike, a pivotal determinant of stability. A prevalent aberration is toe striking or shuffling, which diminishes ground clearance and elevates tripping hazard. Heel-first contact, followed by a seamless transition to toe-off, engenders controlled, secure progression. Mrs. Johnson, a client of mine, epitomized this struggle. Convinced that abbreviated, shuffling steps were prudent, she inadvertently exacerbated her instability. Through recalibrating her stride to prioritize heel strike, she experienced a renaissance of confidence, a testament to the transformative power of nuanced adjustment. Weight transference, the art of dynamic equilibrium. Critical to this process is weight transference. As the foot plantar flexes, mass shifts onto the stance limb, a requisite for equilibrium. Many older adults, whether due to habit or apprehension, attenuate this shift, opting for a widened base. Mr. Peterson, for instance, espoused a broad stance, presuming it augmented stability. Paradoxically, this configuration impedes rapid corrective movements. A tandem gait, wherein feet are aligned sequentially, optimizes agility, engaging core musculature to sustain balance. Practical interventions, cultivating resilient ambulation. To reinforce these principles, consider the following exercises. 1. Heel strike drills. Practice deliberate heel contact during ambulation, envisioning impressions on a sandy shore. 2. Unipedal stance. Near a stable support, elevate one limb, sustaining the position briefly before alternating. This mimics the flamingo's equilibrium, enhancing proprioception. 3. Tandem gait. Navigate along a linear path, placing one foot directly ahead of the other, as though traversing a tightrope. Consistency is paramount, even marginal daily practice yields compounding dividends. Assistive devices, instruments of empowerment. A pervasive stigma surrounds mobility aids, often perceived as capitulations to frailty. This could not be more misguided. Analogous to a hiker's staff, these tools augment autonomy rather than diminish it. The true adversary is sedentarism, the atrophy of disuse. By embracing activity and leveraging supportive apparatuses, you assert dominion over your independence. Environmental optimization, curating a safe terrain. Just as a stage must be uncluttered for a flawless performance, your environs demand meticulous curation. Scrutinize your domicile for erratic flooring, obstructive furnishings, or inadequate illumination. My neighbor, Mr. Davis, habitually stumbled over garden implements until we reconfigured his space, restoring his confidence to roam unrestrictedly. Externally, prioritize even, illuminated pathways and footwear with optimal traction. Holistic synergy, the confluence of mind and body. Fall prevention transcends mere kinematics, it necessitates a holistic paradigm. Nutrition, e.g., calcium and vitamin D sufficiency, restorative slumber, and psychological well-being collectively underpin physical stability. Stress, a ubiquitous malefactor, can be mitigated through mindfulness, further consolidating equilibrium. Epilogue, a life in motion. As we culminate this discourse, reflect on the insights gleaned. Whether the valorization of assistive implements, environmental modifications, or kinetic refinements, each constitutes a stride toward enduring vitality. Aging need not be synonymous with trepidation. Armed with knowledge and resolve, every step can be one of assurance and purpose. Should this exposition resonate, I invite you to comment below, sharing one resolution you will enact henceforth. Your engagement, through likes, shares, and subscriptions, propels this mission forward. Remember, each advance, no matter how incremental, is a triumph. Walk boldly.